Hey, what's up, social? I just wanted to follow up that video and expand on it a little bit in terms of inflation and labor participation. So this video, I'm gonna try to make this video like 6 minutes or 7 minutes. But these are really important topics to me, at least, and I like these topics a lot. So I talked about shifting the supply curve to the right, which means, more supply pretty much when the Chinese economy opens up and the supply chain gets better. But people are also complaining about the gas prices. In California here, they're like above five in lots of places, and they're saying they're gonna get five nationally. Um, the problem with that, in my eyes, in my perspective, is um you know oil's a tricky market, and lots of that supply, because of the whole conflict with Russia, is offline. So it will get better as producers ramp up, but it'll take time, and maybe 6 months it will get better as supply gets better. But my thing about shifting the supply curve, and lots of these products I talk about, is I would love it if we could shift the supply curve permanently, something that we never really see because nothing is permanent. But with, these electric products and these kind of things, by the time by the time we get to 2025, 2026, and more people, for example, use less oil, we could permanently shift that supply curve and, never ever see fuel prices above $5 nationally again, or never talk about it. So it's a little bit trickier there. But in terms of supply at the retailers, like, your Adidas, your Nikes, your the clothes you wear, bread, food, that could be shifted sooner, as the supply chain gets better. So that's one thing I wanted to go over. I really hope we could shift the supply curve permanently for oil. We need investments right now in those kind of things. That's why I'm introducing these products, because, like, they're out there, they're in development, they're new. The more we use them, the better the economy will be 10 years from now. The other thing I wanted to talk about, because labor market, right? And we have an issue with the labor participation. For example, I said, like, I don't have a boss, but my first job was actually for a startup. And had it not gone out of business, I love the management style. I'd probably be there now. I told them about it like 2 years before it happened. No one listened, So I got another job. I didn't like that management style that much. And when COVID happened, they kept the salary the same, but I resigned. I didn't like it. And I was thinking about it. It made me think back, 11, 12 years to theory we studied in business. And that was McGregor's theory. And I'm going to read off here just to hit the points real quick. So he had two theories, McGregor, theory X and theory Y. And you had the theory X worker, which is employee dislikes work, avoids responsibility, needs constant direction, needs to be supervised, and the management assumes the employee has no incentive to work or ambition, so they need to entice them by rewards like bonuses and salaries, right? Money. He had, and that theory is more authoritative. And then he had theory Y, which is more participative. So the employee is happy to work, more involved in decision making, self-motivated to complete tasks, enjoy taking ownership in their work, seeks and accepts responsibility and needs little direction, view work as fulfilling and challenging, solves problem creatively and imaginatively. And that's more of a collaborative, trust-based, and taking ownership. So these two policies or two theories that McGregor came up with, in my eyes, in my perspective, they're both like extreme, right? Each one is on. Everyone needs some direction, of course, and everyone needs guidance in theory Y. Sometimes, depending on the task, if you're at a manufacturing firm or a warehouse, then the job is pretty straightforward. So it is theory X. There was theory Z also developed later. This was like in the 60s by an excuse me if I'm saying the name wrong, but Japanese professor Auchi. And Theory Z took a little bit of both, and that was really popular because he took the theories in Japan and kind of combined them here, the collectivity over there, and more of what he viewed as individualism over here. So he combined these two theories and he came up with the Theory Z, and it was extremely popular until, because Japan was a thriving economy. This was like in the early 80s, and until the 90s, the Japanese had the lost decade, it crashed. So that theory became, maybe it's not, the management style shouldn't be like that, and so I say these things because from what I'm seeing, it's different times, For example, Generation Z is different. You could think of these theories as like politics. No one should be on either end of the extreme on anything. Generally, extremism isn't that good. And everyone is gonna, each kind of company, if you're at a manufacturing firm, for example, if you're making cars, or if you're at an Amazon warehouse, then Theory Z is gonna work better because the work is direct. But you could still give these employees a sense of fulfillment, like lots of the packages that they're doing and stuff. Some of this stuff is baby formula. By the way, baby formula, we're importing more in, so the problem is going to get solved. That's great. But some of these are baby formula, Some of these are diapers, Some of these are books for students so they could go to school. Some of that could be medicine for someone that needs it. It's important to let them know that, your work is fulfilling, even at a manufacturing firm. Like, these are cars, Sometimes officers are going to use them. Sometimes these parts are going to be in fire trucks. Like, these kind of things. It's important that anyone in anywhere is fulfilled with their work. And Theory Y is also very extreme. Like, everyone needs direction from someone that's experienced, So when they came up with Theory Z, it was also like an in between, It wasn't like 70% this, 70% Theory Y, 30% Theory X. So just to end this video real quick, I don't want to make it, go to 9 minutes. But I think, in my perspective, each industry is going to be different. Maybe if it's tech, it's going to be like 80% Theory Y, 20% Theory X, And each worker is going to be different. I think management needs to start realizing that, because what ends up happening, I think, is everyone promises Theory Y without saying it, but in reality, nothing is really Theory Y, And some people promise Theory Y and it's completely Theory X. So the person ends up ghosting the company or reading reviews about how it is to work there and leaving. But I think that, I'm not saying that this, understanding these theories, and which comes back to company culture. I'm not saying understanding these theories and understanding your workers completely will abolish the problem. No, but I believe it will solve at least like 50% of it. Like, you'll be able to retain workers. You'll be able to hire workers. Like, talk to them, ask them, in their interviews, what do they really want? Don't have them be scared just because, they want the job. But anyways, everyone wants to work somewhere where they're getting some kind of fulfillment, especially for this upcoming generation that's graduating this year. It's not just money, money, money for them. So I think we need to realize that and just, start caring more about the employees, what they're looking for. I think that's crucial because as the labor shortage, 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, the numbers say it's going to get worse. Where it's more important to motivate these people and retain them, So yeah, that's just following up with a little bit. I lied. I said it's 6 to 7 minutes. I went over, but that's a follow-up video for the earlier one.